Hi, I'm Jill from June Taylor with another innovative solution. Did you ever want to join your quilt blocks that are made quilt as you go? Now we have a perfect way to do that with our Sash and a Dash. It's pre-sewn sashing. It's sold by the yard in 7 colors with matching binding. Open the casing and nest your quilt block inside the casing. And then we're just going to run a top stitch down the edge. Take your next block, open the casing, and just do the same thing. To join rows, we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to run our Sash and a Dash across the row. You can run a beautiful embroidery stitch down here to embellish Sash and a Dash, or you can even put a strip of fabric down here. Here's an example where we added a fabric strip by folding under raw edges and top stitching over Sash and a Dash. And if you like to make t-shirt quilts, go ahead and quilt your blocks and then join them with Sash and a Dash.
Introducing the Go 9-Patch Star 9-inch finished block and board die. This block and board die has all the shapes you need to create this classic favorite block in just one pass through the Go or Go Big Cutter. Each shape has specialized dog ears, screen printed letters, and custom notches to make aligning those little pieces even easier than ever. Think about creating eye-catching throw quilts, table runners, and more. This block is perfect for combining with blocks created with the Go Mix and Match 9-inch finished block and matching companion sets, angles, and corners. Set the block on point using the Go Setting Triangles 9-inch finished die. Or alternate it with solid squares cut with the Go Square 9.5 9-inch finished die. All the stars are sure to align perfectly with the classic Go 9-Patch Star 9-inch finished die in your projects, because at AccuQuilt we help you cut time so you can quilt more. In today's show, we're going to make and cut and sew a block using the Go 9 Patch Star die. Hey quilters, welcome to AccuQuilt Live. I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert. Thanks for joining us today. Listen, happy July. This is our first Wednesday show from our new studio, and it's my happy birthday. So a couple of things. First of all, we are celebrating today. We have a new die out, and if you watched yesterday's show, you noticed that behind us, Erica and I, there was a big black dark curtain. And today Kenyon has moved the curtain. He's truly the man behind the curtain. And we hung our quilt here, but this is gray behind us. So we're trying to figure out, like, maybe put some shiplap up there that's white. We're working on it. We've only been in our studio one day. This is day 2. So we're just kind of working on stuff. All right. Now we're giving away, just so you know, starting this month, we are only having our Wednesday show if we've launched a new die on Tuesday. So we launched a new die yesterday. It's the July die to try. And in 2 weeks, we're going to launch 2 new dies. So be sure and check out the events calendar on the AccuQuilt website. Okay, so let's bring in Chris. Chris, how are you, my friend?
Hi, I'm good, and happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Like, Deborah brought a little balloon, and yesterday we had cake and cupcakes, and it's a lovely day. I am a big celebrator of my birthday. I just think I think it's important. And I was telling Chris earlier today, quilters, that I swim a lot in the summertime, and I'm out, so I have really blonde hair under these white lights. It's just amazing. All right, Chris, what are you working on?
I'm working on a lot of stuff, but I don't think much that I could really share right now.
Oh, secret. I'm gonna say, so Chris is designing the September die to, is it September die to try?
It's not the die to try, but it is launching in September.
It'll launch in September. And it's super cute. I'm so excited. And he's working on it. It's a big secret. But you're coming to Omaha, maybe?
Yes, I will be in Omaha in August, I believe, like middle of August. I'm teaching the quilted trucker hat class at Celtic Quilter. We will be using the AccuQuilt die.
Yep.
I actually just taught the same class locally here last weekend, and the AccuQuilt made it so much faster.
So much faster.
So much faster.
So much faster. Oh, that'll be fun.
If you're in the area, check out the Celtic Quilters website, and you can sign up for the class.
You can sign up and see Chris. It'll be fun. And then Chris is going to come to our studio. It's our new studio and make some videos. And this time we'll have air conditioning.
Yay!
Just thought we'd throw
that will
in
be
there.
appreciated.
Okay. All right. So quilters, where's everybody watching from? Okay. First of all, thank you to Sandra and to Debbie and to Kathy. They always wish me happy birthday, and Peggy. And I'm going to give a shout out, a happy birthday shout out to my good friend Monique Arnold, who works with the Sandpiper Project. Do you know about the Sandpiper Project?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, Monique is just fabulous. And she and I shared the same birthday, and we both grew up in the Pacific Northwest. And so happy birthday, Monique. All right, here is my photo of the day. Okay, so this is actually the Irish chain die, but it kind of makes that 9-patch look, right? This was a project that I made. It was a quilt that somebody made for us for the launch of the 9-patch, or the Irish chain, and I made a whole quilt out of Valentine colors. So here's the question of the day. Are your 9 patches typically scrappy or 2 colors? And here in the studio, they are divided between scrappy and 2 colors. So let us know in the comments section. Chris will tell us at the end of our show. Well, he'll tell us during our show. And then if you have questions about this die, if you missed yesterday's lunch party, you should go back and watch it. It's available on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and our website. But it's just an amazing block, okay? And today I'm going to give away $50 in AccuQuilt reward points. Be sure and register for future events on the AccuQuilt event page for your chance to win. And Chris is going to announce the winner of our registered viewer at the end of our show. And you're looking very dapper in your bow tie today.
Thank
and your
you.
shirt.
Yes, I was had to get up and think of what shirt I could wear that I had a bow tie to match. So this is what I'm wearing today. Nice and summery.
Sure, I always think that. Just kidding, yeah. Okay, quilters, it is Christmas in July here at AccuQuilt. So check out our website. We have tons of great deals going on right now. But it is the most wonderful time of the year because it is Halloween. Here's a block using our 9-patch star die. Behind me is hanging the Halloween 9-patch star throw quilt. It is designed by Susie Webster of Webster Quilts. And I have to give props to her because I love that she did a Halloween project in July. I just think that that's just fabulous. So let's just talk real quick about our project supplies, and then I'll show you the quilt behind me. So for the project, you're going to need the Go 9-patch star die, and you need the Go setting triangles, which finish to 9 inches, and the Go 9-inch mix and match block. So let's go look at our quilt. Okay, it is so close to me now. Before I would have to walk a little bit. Okay, so here's the block. Right there. There's the block. Notice they're set on point. Okay, so this is why you need the setting triangles. And you're going to notice that this uses 2-4 of the orange and 2-4 of the green, because this block here is made from the 9-inch cube. So it works all together, which I think is super cool. But keep in mind when you're making it, like this has 6 of the orange and 2. 6 and 2, okay? So you need 2 of these blocks the same and then 4 of the other ones that are the same, okay? All right, and if you don't like Halloween colors, Greg, I'm going to show you real quick. This is what the regular block looks like, which is really fun. And it's a great way to use up your scraps. All right, so let's show this die real quick. Hold on here. All right. So first of all, it's on a 10 by 10 die board. Is that good, Greg? Thanks. It has 4 distinct shapes. Notice we've cut off the dog ears. We have notches that match up. The green, or the D and the C line up, okay? Now, typically quilters, I would tell you to lay this down here, and typically, here's the label, so this is usually the lengthwise grain. But with this die, you want to turn it, and this now becomes the lengthwise grain. And it's all because of shape D, okay? You want this lengthwise grain on the outside of this die. So when you lay your fabric down, you might think these are the same shape, but they're actually, they're different. They're mirrored images. So you need a left and a right. Here's D, left and a right to match up to shape C. So yesterday, Vicki, who is was one of our experts, she gave us a tip. So I'm going to show you in just a second. So I'm going to lay down A, which makes the 9-patch. Okay. And B, which are my ghosts. C, which are skulls. Chris, did you see that I have skull fabric? Just in case you wondered.
I did not.
Yeah, this has tiny little skulls on it. Isn't that cool?
Oh, cute.
Now, D, you want to fan fold. You want to go left and right. So I fan folded my fabric, so I have an up and a down. On our show yesterday, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Hold on. Okay. She said when you're cutting, the pieces that face down go on the right. So here's our piece. The pieces that face down go on the right side, and the pieces facing up go on the left side. And I wrote it on my phone. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put a mat over the top of this. This on a 10 by 10 die board. It's gonna fit through our Go and our Go Big fabric cutter. And while I'm doing this, Chris, tell us if people like scrappy or 2 colors. And if they have questions.
Take a look. I don't think I see any questions coming in yet.
Okay.
I don't see any messages yet.
Okay.
So I'll just wait for the
Chris,
team to
what
send it
would
to me,
you,
and then
I mean,
can
would you
start.
make this out of Halloween fabric? Didn't you think
Well, I
this?
need to now. Yes, I have plenty of Halloween fabric.
I know.
The sample I made for the launch was out of Tula Pink's new Full Moon Forest 2 and True Colors. And that was super fun to work with. It just made a bright, fun
Yep, here,
quilt.
we'll show it in just 2 seconds here. Because we have to keep track of our up and down pieces. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna hang up. I'm not gonna hang up anything. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. It's my birthday. I could hang up some things. Okay, so this is Chris's project that he made. And Chris, okay, had I known you made this, we would have chosen this to make as the pattern. But look at this stunning quilt. Just so
Thank you.
beautiful. And it's called
So oh, go ahead.
It's called Periwinkle Field, right?
Yes, because
Okay.
it has a big field of periwinkle blocks in the center. And it uses just the 9-patch star. It doesn't use any other like bob dyes or anything other than a 2.5-inch strip if you want to do that for your binding. But I just kind
you
of
get extra
dissected the
points,
block.
by the way, for doing a stripe binding. Extra points.
Oh yes, I love stripe bindings.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a second, Chris, because I want to make this, and I want this yummy fabric. My gosh, it was so pretty. So
Thank you.
these sections are just these,
Yep.
right? So look
So
how
4
we
of them
made a
together.
whole new star block out of this, right? And then this, Chris, must be the half square triangles here, the ghosts.
Yep.
Okay. And then you made kind of a partial block.
Yeah,
Right?
just the 9-patch center.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, it's the 9-patch center and then the first square in a square. For the
Oh,
edges
just
there.
this.
Yeah. Yep.
This is so pretty. My
Thank you.
gosh, Chris. And
I love when new bobs come out and you can kind of like break it up to make new things so that you can make the quilt it was intended for and lots
Right.
of different patterns using the same bob but completely different.
And I think we realized that if we use the setting triangles, maybe the corners, then we could add those corners, those triangles here, and then you could make a square in a square in a square in a square.
Oh, yes. That would be fun.
Sometimes we think about things. So anyway, this is beautiful. And so it's a free pattern at AccuQuilt.com. And kudos to Chris for making such a pretty pattern. Gosh. I might take this home for my happy birthday. Who would know? Who would know? You all would. Okay. All right, so let's start by laying out our block. And Chris, you just interrupt when you have questions or comments. Tell us if you want scrappies or not in your 9-patch star. Okay, I have turned on my oven. I meant to say my iron. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna sew this 9-patch super fast. And the thing about a 9-patch, right, that's how it gives it the name, the 9-patch star. And Christy, I like to lay out my blocks first so that I make
lay them out first so I make sure I get everything in the right spot. Especially a block like this where half is green and half is orange for that very outside edge.
Yes. Okay, what is happening here? I'm missing some purple squares. Hold on. Hold please. Oh, here. Goodness sakes.
We're hiding from you.
I
We
know
do have
this-
a question here.
Okay, go for it.
it says, is the label on the die on the side that makes the die lay so it cuts like Pam is telling us to cut?
No. I always tell you to take the label of the die and put it at your belly. And this is the lengthwise grain, okay? And that lengthwise grain is high and tight. But if you look on the packaging, can we get a look on that, Greg, real quick? In that little black corner over there, it says there's the lengthwise grain.
Perfect.
So you're going to turn it 45 degrees? Is that what it is? 90 degrees?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Listen, math. I do not have to do math on my birthday. Listen.
And it's really just for that shape D. So if you're cutting like in the pattern I wrote, it's not like cut everything at once because there's more of one piece than another.
Oh, yes.
So you could always, it's a square die, so you could rotate it for the rest of them, but shape D, you'll want to make sure goes through that way so that your lengthwise grain is along the long edges of that shape.
Yes, there we go. That's what we need.
All right, it looks like, oh, some more questions here.
Excellent.
Oh, here's a question. Question of the day for you, Pam.
Okay.
Does Pam want cake or ice cream for her birthday?
Yes.
Good answer.
Yes.
Cake and ice cream it is.
Always. And my very favorite kind of cake, hold on, I have to change my foot here. My very favorite kind of cake is German chocolate cake with coconut pecan frosting.
Yum. A classic.
And vanilla ice cream. And at our house, if you have cake without ice cream, that's like half a meal. Doesn't really work at our house. So
I can see that, yeah.
yeah, and my oldest son Taylor, his birthday was just Saturday.
Oh, fun.
So we've been doing birthdays for a hot minute. And my sister-in-law's birthday is tomorrow, or on the 5th, and Oakley's birthday is on the 11th. So we just have lots of July birthdays. And at our house, I don't know if this applies to you, Chris, but like it's a celebration. We do like long days of, you know, it was my birthday 3 days ago kind of thing, or it's almost my
gotcha.
birthday. Yeah, we give Taylor the week, and then we kind of do this whole, then it's my birthday week.
Fun.
So, are you a big birthday celebrator?
Not super big, like for me, well, even for my kids, like we usually keep it kind of low key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like we have more questions and answers to the questions today coming in.
Excellent. Let's go.
Let's see. Karen is asking, what fabric line is that? And I think this came up when we were showing my quilt example. So that is Tula Pink's new fabric. So it's Full Moon Forest 2 and True Colors 2025. So they came out together, but the True Colors is a collection. It's just an add-on to her collection you can continue to order, or quilt shops can continue to order. But Full Moon Forest 2 is the primary collection.
Okay. And it's
do you know
fantastic.
what fabrics?
Do
Yes,
I what?
I love it. Do you know what fabrics you're using there in your example?
No, this is from the Halloween collection at Pam Heller's house. I got nothing. I have to tell you a really sweet story about Halloween fabric. So years ago, I was doing an event in Florida. And there was a woman at my event. She and her friend kind of sat in the back, and there were like 50 women who were all very loud, and we just had a great time. And anyway, she was really quiet, but she had always wanted to know about the Go cutters and the Go Big, and so she ended up getting, you know, a Go Big and a Cube and, you know, all the things and stuff, and so anyway, the next day, I had an event the next day, and she was there when I got to the store, and she had brought me a fat quarter of Halloween fabric that glows in the dark.
Ooh,
I know. And
so
I
fun.
was just so great. She was just so sweet. She's like, I've struggled, cutting and making quilts for years. And, thank you for showing me how to do this. And, she had been to a couple of shows and kind of knew about the cutter. Anyway, I have yet to use that fabric because it's important to me, right? So
Yeah.
I just got to.
But if you cut into it and make yourself a quilt, you'll be able to enjoy it.
Right.
And remember that story every time.
I know. I should do that.
But I get it. It's hard to cut into special fabric.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was a great story. Okay, so I'm just making a 9 patch. So I'm sewing the rows together. I'm pressing to the dark side like a good quilter. And look how fast that came together. And the great thing is those squares are all the right size, right? Because how many squares have you cut wrong, Chris? Right?
A lot.
Okay,
Yes.
Do you have comments or questions?
We do have some answers to our question of
good.
the day.
Let's do
So
that.
it looks like Carolyn likes to make 2-color 9 patches.
Okay.
Jennifer says 2-toned is what I made, but I love scrappy too.
Yeah.
And then Kathy says scrappy, lots of choices.
Lots of choices. Yeah.
So I actually have a quilt. It's in the other room, or I would show it, but I call it my pickle chips quilt. And it's made with teeny tiny little 9 patches, and they're all scrappy.
Like how
And
big
it's-
is the 9 patch when it finishes?
3 inches.
Oh my gosh, Chris.
Yeah.
So
the
you
squares
didn't
are
cut it
1
with
inch
a die.
finished. I did not. They actually, those came pre-cut. I picked up a baggie at my Guild's free table, and they were all 1.5 inch squares that someone had cut.
Wow.
And as I started sewing them together, because I was going to do like a postage stamp quilt,
Yeah.
I gave up on that real quick.
Yeah, amen.
So I just made little 9 patches and then used those 9 patches to make larger 9 patches just with solid fabric. And it was a really
we
fun
do have a
quilt.
die that would cut those 1.5 inch squares,
Yep. The 4 inch, yes, the 4 inch cube has 1 inch finished squares in it.
And you could get a 1.5 inch strip die and cut them in
Yes,
strips.
and do it
But I
super
guess if you're
fast.
using scraps, right, that's just easier.
Yeah, for scrappy, I would use the cube die. So I think it cuts 4 at a time.
Yeah.
4 at a time. If I was doing a 2-tone, I would definitely go with the strip cutter method.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because then you can just pump out hundreds at a time.
Yes, so many. Okay, so I've sewn those half square triangles to the outside of my 9 patch, and I'm just going to press towards the triangle. So, okay, listen. I'm now moving downstairs because in the wintertime, downstairs is dark. So I have to sew upstairs in the dining room and the living room because it's just dark and I do better in the sunshine. But now it's starting to get hot upstairs. So now I'm moving down to the cool basement. So some friends of ours came over the other day. Their son got married and they came to borrow some chairs for their family barbecue. And only because Nancy is my good friend, I was going to let her see the mess upstairs in the dining room, right? So she comes over and she has her mother-in-law with her and she has her sister-in-law. Now, I've met her mother-in-law, but not her sister-in-law. And so I'm like, holy smokes. Welcome to the quilting mess, at my house. And we're in the middle of, it was right during the middle of the move from the office. And so I had stuff from the office there and stuff. Anyway, Linda from Moab, Utah. Linda walked into my house and she saw me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you're Pam Heller from AccuQuilt." I said, yes, I am. Welcome to the mess known as the Pam Heller.
Oh my
and
goodness.
it was so funny. I just thought, oh man. So anyway, hi Linda, thanks for not taking a picture. She's like, "Can we take a selfie?" And I was like, "No, we cannot take a selfie." I mean, I had like my grubby clothes on and it was fun.
Oh, you were not prepared for
I
a
was
selfie.
not, but the mess was like, oh my gosh. So, okay.
Oh my goodness, that's
so
funny.
now I've made the square. So now we've made a square and a square. Chris, what size does that centered 9 patch finish to? Do you know? Four and a
Does
half,
it
4.5 inches.
finish? It finishes at 4.5 inches?
Yeah, because it's a 5-inch square cut.
Okay.
So what could you use instead?
Oh my gosh, almost anything from the 9-inch cube.
Yes, or a charm square.
Yes, you could do a solid charm square, which is shape 1 from the 9-inch cube if you want to cut your own.
You could use rectangles. You could use half square triangles. All the things that equal shape number 1 in the 9-inch cube you could use
Yeah,
for the center of this. Okay.
lots of fun possibilities.
Yes. Okay, so now hold please, because I have to find my phone again. Hold on. Though Deborah knows, don't you, Deborah? Deborah's like, no, I'm not taking that responsibility. Okay, the facing up pieces go on the left. Okay. The facing down pieces go on the right. Facing up goes on the left. And we're going to have to fix this because 2 of these blocks get a left and a right. But we're not
Oh, yeah.
we're not doing that yet. Facing down. Come on. Okay. Goes on the right.
Another way to know is if you're like me, you mix them up and they all go flying everywhere.
Yes.
When you're sewing it together, the corner of the kite shape and what you would think is a bias edge, yep, right where you're, not where you're pointing, but where your other finger is, the upper edge, that should be the straight grain. So that the outside edges of your block are straight grain.
Yes,
so
and
along
they're
the
tight.
bottom there,
Look-
where it's a
look how
straight
tight they are.
line, yep,
Yep.
the bottom edge is bias, which in my head, I would think
Look.
that needs to be the straight edge.
Yeah.
So if you get mixed up, just check your
Did
your
y'all
grain.
appreciate that?
Sound
Okay.
effects.
Okay. All right. So I need 2 that have so I'm going to start with this one. So see 2 that have orange, or one that has 2 oranges and one that has 2 greens. So I'm going to start at that point, and the notches are going to line up. That is Taylor Heller calling to wish me happy birthday.
Didn't you know you're busy?
He called. I talked to him last night. I said, listen, you can't, okay, hold on. And then this one needs a right orange and a left green. Okay. Hold on. All right, Chris, will you talk while I see if there's a problem here?
I can talk,
I'm in the middle
but
of a
I
show.
don't see any more answers to the question of the day at the moment. Let's see if we have any regular questions. Someone asking again which fabric I used. So again, it's the Tula Pink's Full Moon Forest 2. And if you want to see a better shot of the quilt, I know in yesterday's launch video, Pam and Erica kind of held it up so you can see the whole thing. It's a super fun, very spring, summer quilt, but really just because of the fabrics I used. I think it would be super fun to see it in Halloween fabric, so I might have to make another one now. Because I have a drawer that I can barely close full of Halloween fabric.
Right? Okay, so I should have 2 and 2. Look at me doing this. That was important. Taylor was wanting to know if I was home. He and Oakley were coming to see me. I said, 12 noon Central Time. Where am I? Oh, he said at work.
Every Wednesday.
Okay, now, Chris, did you press your seams open here?
I did.
I
But
did too.
I am just in the habit of pressing my seams open.
Okay.
But especially with that kite shape, it comes to such a skinny little point.
Yeah.
If you pressed to one side. Like you couldn't really press towards the kite shape. So you'd need to press away from it. And then it just gets bulky. So
Yeah.
I like to press my seams open.
Okay, I am too. All right, continue on. Do you have more
Okay.
questions or comments?
It doesn't look like it. I
Okay.
don't see anything in the chat anyway. So I know Ray and Lauren are helping.
Hi, Ray and
best
Lauren.
they
Thanks
can.
for helping.
Always fun with a whole new setup for lives.
Lauren is actually outside this door.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah.
Came into the office today.
She did. And she was out there right before the show, and I said, "Are you good?" And she goes, "What do you need?" And I was like, "No, are you getting ready for the show?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah." So, okay, so now I need one with 2 green. Okay, so look, tight, wonky. Okay. All right. Listen, it's all about the sound effects today. And you're going to notice, here, I'll show you on this because you can see it better. Notice how the notch lines up, or the dog-eared lines up with the end. That's how you know you've done it right. If it doesn't lie flat across the bottom of that like that, you have done them wrong.
That's a good indication too. Yes.
Yeah.
We did get a question here.
Okay.
Debbie is asking, when is the next quilt along?
We are working on some things in the studio right now, and some fun projects and YouTube videos. So just keep posted and we will let you know.
Awesome.
Because the last one was so much fun.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw all of the photos people were posting in the Under the Needle with Pam and Erica Facebook page. And there was some really fun color play with the same pattern, and it just made it look different. And I saw a lot of people using different sized cubes, which was really fun.
Which I thought as well, yeah. And some people were really ambitious and did it all like before the quilt along even started. I mean, once we give you the pattern. So look, quilters,
Yeah.
I'm matching them. I'm making sure that everything's going to line up so that we get a left and a right. But that whole, so this show, like all of our shows, is recorded. So you can come back and watch it again and learn about which side goes left and which side goes right. I put it on my phone. So there we go. All right. All righty, here we go. So now, quilters, I'm going to press that seam open, and then for sure, I'm going to lay it out on my block, right? Because holy smokes. Okay. Chris, do you have lots of Christmas fabric? Because we are celebrating Christmas in July.
I actually don't.
Okay.
I don't tend to like gravitate towards Christmas fabrics, most Christmas fabrics. I do have a small collection, but it is nowhere near my Halloween collection.
Yeah, I have very little Christmas fabric as well. It's just not Valentine fabric. I have tons of. But yeah, not
I have
Christmas
even
fabric.
less Valentine's fabric than I do Christmas fabric.
Do you really? Oh, I
Yeah.
should send you some Valentine fabric.
I know you have a lot.
I do. I have tons of it. I just think it's so fun. I love
like we
Valentine
got-
fabrics that have words. You know, I'm kind of a
Yes.
fabric that have words kind of gal.
Right.
Okay.
We do
Look
have a
at this.
question
It's all
here.
working. Okay, keep going. Look, it's working. It's what we want.
Awesome. Yes.
And look how flat these are, how straight those are.
Even better. Auntie Lucille's Quilting is asking, if you line the notches up, will you not have them in the correct order, left versus right? So when I was making my quilt, I thought
Yes,
that
I
would be
did
the
too.
case, but because it's just in the center of that seam, so you could still get them flip-flopped.
And I want
So
you to
just pay
know
attention
that,
to the grain.
yeah, okay, so look. I'm going to show you this. This was my test block that I made. And notice it doesn't lay flat. And it's because of this C and D, because in this one, it's because it was a solid. And so I didn't know which was the left and which was the right.
Right.
So yeah, just do the face up, face down, and then just separate the piles like I did. I have a tendency, Chris, on this one, I would have a tendency to just make all of the 9 patches to do some chain piecing, right? Is that what you did?
Yes. Any chance I get to chain piece, I
Yeah.
will. I think I made one of each block first just to kind of test it out, and then I chain pieced the rest.
Yeah, because one time I was chain piecing and my first block I'd sewn wrong.
Oh yeah, that's how you test it, because you don't want to sew all 24 wrong.
Right.
Catch your mistake early.
Yeah. So yep, make a test block, make sure you're sewing it. But I'm going to tell you, once I made the 9 patch and then I made these little sections, I feel like then it's just easy sailing.
Yeah. We do have some more answers to our question of the day here.
Excellent.
Oops, too many windows open. All right, it looks like BB to Sew says scrappy fabric for the fabrics around the 9 patch with accent fabrics for the kites, and 9 patch would work for me. So it sounds like all kinds of scrappy love, and I love it.
I think that's fantastic. Okay.
Let's see.
And again,
Lots of
I'm going to
birthday
just
wishes.
press out. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying lots of birthday wishes in the comments here for
Thank
you.
you.
Connie says, I like both scrappy and organized.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, sometimes the scrappiness makes chaos. And I just have to stop for a minute and say, wait, what am I doing here? Okay.
A fun idea, if you want kind of a scrappy and organized look, is you can make each block with a 2-tone 9 patch and then mix up the 9 patches within your quilt so that each 9 patch is different.
Okay,
That
say
would be
that
fun,
again.
too. So each 9 patch, do it 2-toned.
Oh, I see.
And then just like you might have like a blue and yellow 9 patch and then a pink and orange 9 patch. Like mix up the 9 patches, but each one of them is just 2-tone.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So a little organized, a little chaotic. A little bit of both. Best of both worlds.
There you go. I think that's a great idea. Okay, hold on.
We do have a question or a comment here.
Yes.
R. Wilcox says, I must have missed something. Did you move studios? If so, is it going to be decorated nicely like the last one?
So yes and yes. We did move studios. The building of this studio took longer than anticipated. So we, meaning Kenyon, didn't get in here until Monday. And the lights above me, so we have big studio lights above me, had to actually be taken down from the other studio and put up here by the same people who put them up the first time, kind of thing. And so, and then this room had like walls that needed to be built and a storage area that needed to be built. So yes, so Kenyon came in on Monday and made sure that all the things were great. And then the rest of us came in yesterday to move some things into the storage unit behind us and to organize so we could have a show, because we had a show yesterday. And then, like today, they're building desks. So it will be beautiful when it is all said and done. We're gonna get probably some white shiplap behind us for these, and then it will be great. So look at this.
So cute.
So cute. And all of it's straight, right?
Yeah.
Which is what you want.
Turned out nice and flat and straight.
Yep. So that's kind of what you want. All right, so you needed 2 of these blocks, and then you need 4 of the other version, okay? So just keep that in mind. You need a total of 6 blocks made with the 9-patch star, and then the other 2 are made with the 9-inch cube. You want to follow the pattern to lay out your blocks, setting triangles and borders. Finish the project by adding batting between the top and the backing. Pinner-based quilt is desired. Use your favorite binding method. You get extra points if you bind with a striped binding. Be sure and share your projects with us on all of our social media platforms. And if you're not a member yet, be sure and join our Facebook page, Under the Needle with Pam and Erica. Erica and I post on there pretty much on a regular basis, 2, 3, 4 times a week. Between us, we each, pretty much cover every day. So Chris, do you get to announce the winner of our gift or reward points?
Yes. Before that, though, couple comments and questions.
Sure.
What is the name of the pattern on the website for this?
The Go Halloween 9-patch star.
Halloween 9-patch star. All right. And that's going to give you all of the instructions for the different blocks to know, which one has 2 greens, which one has 3 greens,
Yes.
all of that.
Go Halloween 9-patch star by
Go
Susie
Halloween 9-patch
Webster.
star.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And she used batiks, which I think is fun.
Ooh, nice. And then Carrie Ann is asking, or suggesting, would like to see which hats or shoes in the blocks where the charm square is. So if you swapped out that 9-patch with that charm square, you could do some fun appliques on there.
Oh, yes.
That's a really good idea.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Yeah. And then how big is this block? Okay, I need a bigger ruler. Hold, please.
Do you have a raccoon drawer in the studio yet?
We do, right here. But
Oh,
Kenyon cleaned it, so it's not as raccoony. When we moved, it was hilarious. Oh, so this finishes to a 6 1/4 inch square.
Okay. But the center, like the 9 patch, is
this
the
5
4.5 inch finish.
Yeah, 4.5, cut it to 9 or 5. Yep.
Perfect. And then the last question here, would you show the foot that you're using on your machine? Looks like Linda's having trouble keeping that 1/4 inch even.
I changed it.
So are you using a 1/4 inch foot?
I'm using a 1/4 inch foot.
Perfect.
Right there.
And there's lots of different kinds of 1/4 inch feet out there. So if you have any kind of local dealer around you, you could always go and try them out, because some have like a little guide on the side, some don't. So see what's available for your machine.
And every foot is different in that way. So you really got to find the one where you know where that 1/4 inch is. Notice after I changed my foot, I got my little ruler and measured the seam to make sure that I was doing it right.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. That looks like it's it for all of our questions. So let's get on to the winner. So today's, drum roll, please. Today's winner is, I lost it. Sue B of Matfield Green, Kansas.
Congratulations, Sue. All right, Sue, I have already put those reward points on the account you created using the email you registered for the event. So get you something fun today on my happy birthday. All right, Chris, anything else? You're not going anywhere for a couple of weeks, right?
Not for, well, next weekend, if you are in Oregon, is the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show.
Oh, very good.
Saturday the 12th.
Okay.
I think that's the right day. It's on Saturday.
Okay.
So not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Okay.
And my 2024 community quilt made with the AccuQuilt 8-inch cube will be hanging on display there.
Oh, will you send pictures to us?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so fun. Congratulations. That's exciting.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So so let's give some shout outs to our team. So who's helping you with the comments? Lauren and Ray?
Lauren and Ray are helping today.
Lauren is right outside, but thanks again, Lauren, for helping us. And Ray is offsite helping with the comments. Here in the studio, we have Kenyon, who's our producer, and Deborah, who brought my happy birthday balloon, and Greg, who runs our camera. Deborah is here to make sure that I say all the right things, which is great. Chris is Rose City Originals. You should follow him on all social media platforms. And I'm Pam from AccuQuilt. Thanks for joining us. Now, Starting in July, we won't be back until July 15th, which is the launch of 2 new dies. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have a fun show. We'll see you then.
Thanks so much for watching. To learn more about your quilting craft, be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday. You can check out the events page on the AccuQuilt website for more details on upcoming shows. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, visit our blog for exclusive tutorials filled with tips and tricks. And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more.
Join me and the lovely Erica on Tuesday, July 15th at 12 noon Central Time as we launch 2 new project dies. Then be sure to join us on Wednesday, July 16th. We're going to make some fun projects with those new dies.